boy, do I have an entertaining video for you. I would like to start by saying I have a nasty, disgusting story, which was true, and a visit to share with you. I'm going to first share the nasty, disgusting story with you. 2 days ago, I was washing clothes and I had opened my doors, and I'm going to show them to you real quick. Those two doors right there, right behind them is a washer and dryer. Okay, so I'm doing clothes. When I opened the doors, you know how they kind of suction, and when I opened them, wind kind of blew out at me, and I smelled something that smelled off. And I'm like, okay, that must just been like a fluke kind of thing, the bad air from the vent, something. So I proceeded to do laundry, and I stuck another load in there and dried those clothes and kind of left them in there. I wasn't in a hurry to get them out. It was the weekend and I just was in no hurry. I was enjoying my weekend. That night I opened the doors again and it was stronger and it was really foul. This was Sunday. It was foul smelling, horrible. And so off and on before I went to bed, I kept checking, and as the day went on, it smelled worse and worse. So I put in a maintenance request. And I said, my dryer smells like a decomposing body in it, and I would like to see if you can come and check and see what's going on. Although I live upstairs, there's squirrels all over this place, and I know they can crawl up brick and probably anything, to tell you the truth. And today is Tuesday. They didn't come out yesterday, and because I haven't done laundry and I have towels. Well, let me back up a little bit. I just know they haven't been here, because when I came home from work, the dryer's still there. They didn't tell me they went out here, and it stunk even worse because it's hot, extremely hot. So last night I'm laying in bed and I could smell it in there now. And I'm on the couch. My bedroom is just right there. It's just right there. And I'm like, oh my God, I could smell it. It smells horrible. So I get up, I get some bath towels that were dirty, and I put on the bottom of both of the doors to hopefully keep some of the stink in there. Now, mind you, it's still getting worse. So this morning I called the apartment complex, the manager, and I said, yeah, I put a maintenance request in, and it really smells like a decomposing body in my dryer. And I'm thinking something's off. Maybe there's a rodent of some sort in the vent that goes from the dryer, the hose, into the wall that leads outside. Something between there is off. And they said they'll come out and check it. They're going to call the maintenance guy immediately and get it checked. And I didn't hear anything back. And I noticed that the maintenance request in my email wasn't acknowledged that it had been taken care of. So I called at 3. Come to find out, a squirrel, there was what they call the caging on the outside where the vent is. The caging was off, and a squirrel had came in through there, made its way to my dryer, and lodged itself in the heating element. And it died. It was dead, and they couldn't withdraw the squirrel at all. So she said, we're just going to get you a new dryer and put it in tomorrow. But they left the dryer with the squirrel that was dead and cooking for 2 or 3 days in my apartment. And I said, can you at least have it stuck outside? That way my apartment won't smell. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that. I'll call them right now. We'll have it taken out. I'm like, thank you so much. I'm home, and it doesn't smell bad. I can kind of smell a very faint smell. I'm going to Febreze it like crazy here in a minute. I just got off work, and I wanted to get on here and do this video really quick because it's been a couple of days. So that was the nasty, disgusting part of my day. Last night, I had an interesting visit. And I have noticed that I channel more and more, and it's like this information just comes to me. I was talking to a friend last night, and if you're watching this, you know who you are. I would say your name, but I don't know if you're willing for me to do that, so I'm not going to say it. So we were talking, and I'm like, it always stresses me out if I don't have an answer to something. And I was talking to him and I said, I just want to know what my mission is. I just want to know what I'm supposed to be doing. And then an answer came right to me and said, because if you knew, you could alter it, which makes complete sense. I'm like, oh, okay, then maybe I won't know until it's time, unless I'm already doing it. I don't know. But anyway, last night before I went to bed, I ate an English muffin with cinnamon butter and strawberry jelly. And, you know, I've been eating it a lot, no food aversion there or anything. I was going to take a shower when I got done eating. So I get up and I go in the bathroom, and all of a sudden, in the V of my ribs, where your ribs join, kind of right below your breastbone, it started hurting really bad. And I'm like, oh my God, this is almost excruciating. What in the world? And it just got where I didn't want to do anything but crawl in bed. So I'm like, I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to go to bed early. So I got in bed like 7:30. And I'm on my phone doing my usual. I'm doing my colorblind numbers, waiting for my sleeping pills to kick in. And a bit of information comes to me about this too. As soon as my pills kicked in, it was mildly, something was just telling me, you know, put your phone down, and just close your eyes, try to go to sleep. And this happened a lot here lately. And so I put my phone down. And as soon as I did, I'm on my back. And I think I was going to roll over, because usually right before I go to sleep, I lay on one side or the other. But somehow I was on my back. And I don't even think I even closed my eyes. And then I started feeling like movement in that area where I was hurting. And I'm going to describe it the best way I can. It felt like an enormous corkscrew. And they were putting pressure on it, and it felt like they were screwing it in just like that. And it felt like it was twisting. And then they would pull it out. And I'm like, oh, this is uncomfortable, with sharp shooting electrical pain. I mean, it was tolerable, but if I had a choice in the matter, I would say, put me to sleep. I don't want to feel this, because it was uncomfortable. And then they would start over again, and they would screw whatever they were doing in my stomach. And it could have been their hand. I don't know. I have no idea. And then they would do that for a while, and then you could feel whatever it was inside of my body, and they would pull it out. And that was the uncomfortable part. And they would pause maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes. And they did it 2 to 3 times. By the third time, I think I was going to sleep. Like I said before, I know they put me to sleep sometimes, and I think this was one. I think they finally got it, because I kept telling them, hey, this hurts. Put me to sleep or make it less painful. And they just kept at it. But they did that 2 to 3 times. And I don't know what that was about. And today, I was at work replaying this in my head, and I'm like, and they don't do this all the time, but they do it like 80% of the time. I'm thinking, why do they wait until I put my phone down before they start anything? I'm like, if it was that dire that they needed to work on my body so roughly that it feels like an emergency kind of thing, why don't they just dive right in it? And I gave them permission to do that. But I got an answer, and it said because of free will. They cannot interfere in my playtime on the phone. But it kind of doesn't make sense, because they've done it before. They would start playing with my foot. They wouldn't be playing with it, they'd be checking on my foot, the one I had surgery on. I don't know what that is about. But whatever was going wrong with my stomach, they were trying to fix it. And I remember I woke up several times last night. I think I had 3 hours of sleep. And I remember waking up a little bit later and thinking, oh, my stomach doesn't hurt that bad right now, which was weird. And then this morning I woke up and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I kind of feel a mild uncomfortable in my stomach, but nothing major. But I'm here to say last night it was killing me, and when I got in bed they did that. They removed something, I don't know, but it literally felt like they were pulling whatever was in my stomach out. I don't know. There was another friend that I trust, and he gives me channeled messages sometimes about myself, because I don't get every question of mine that pertains to me answered all the time. And I asked him if he could get an answer, what was going on last night and who was doing it. And they said the Arcturans, and that's where I'm from. That's where my soul is from. That's my home planet, is Arctura. Oh, you know where I'm going. And then they were removing something that the Greys put in there. And I'm like, wait, what? The Greys? When did this happen? And he said that's what he was told. And I totally believe this man, because he's been spot on in other things, in which those things I have to keep secret to myself for a bit. But I know that I'm taken once I was conscious through until the end. It was scary, it was frightening, and I freaked out and was running through the ship. And when I was at the end of the corridor and couldn't go any further, I was saying, please don't do that to me, please don't do that to me, and that's all I remember. So I am aware that I am taken, but I did not know by the Greys. And what they put in me, I don't know. But whatever they did put in me, my star family knew, and they came and extracted it, which I'm grateful for. I'm also thankful that I'm getting more answers when I ask, like the free will, and and about wanting to know about my my mission here. I can't think. So yeah, I hope that this video was good for you, because I feel like it was all good. And I actually feel like I had some energy put into that from a specific something around me. I kind of feel it. I don't know what that's about. So I'm going to end this here. I have to get ready for bed because it's getting late and this is a long video, and I was hoping to at least edit it before I go to bed. So like and subscribe, please. It would make me so happy. Give me a comment below. Let me know what you think of this video. I really love that when you guys comment and let me know. And I'm going to send you love, light, and peace. Bye.